Oh my gosh, it's so cold today. We had a couple of really nice days of weather, and today it is cold. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Saturday. I remembered saying when I was in the car that I would update at the end of the day if I felt up to it, and let you guys know how stuff went, or really just like a pulse check after my minimal interaction day. Um, I was quite worn out, so I did not record anything. I was so worn out from all the driving. And at one point, I was so irritated because I like to plan my route so that I just make one big circle and come back home, not zigzagging around, burning gas, wasting time, all that stuff. And I picked the wrong next destination and ended up messing up the rest of the trip. I was so irritated. Like my mood just went straight downhill. But I was like, you know what? I still want to be done by 1 o'clock. I want to be done by 1 o'clock and on my way home. And at least I did get that much done. So I did finish before 1. That was great. And I just took my sweet ever loving time coming back home and just enjoyed the ride. And it was such a nice day. And I was so tired anyway. And by the time I got home, I was just like, oh my gosh, I'm hungry. I'm so tired. I don't even feel like eating right now. Um, but I did. And I just chillaxed the rest of the day. Um, and then Sunday, I had to do more driving. Back to one of the same areas I went on Saturday. And the whole time I kept asking myself, why did I agree to do this? Why? I just want to sleep. I just want to lay down. I just need some rest. I don't understand why I was so drained. I mean, I know like after being in the car for a while, um, you know, I usually will be like achy or something like that, but maybe it's just because I was just doing a lot of driving. I don't know. Mm. So yeah, and then today I was back out. I had 2 appointments today. And they were pretty minimal. The second appointment was really fast. He didn't have many documents, and the first appointment though, there weren't a lot of papers, but my client was disabled, so he needed some assistance with dates or holding a paper while he signed and whatnot. So, but the folks were really nice. Um, so that helped. And then they were asking a lot of questions, so it really kind of took my mind away from what was going on, like the fact that I'm interacting with folks, even though I was mentally prepared, but I'm still mentally tired. So, but it was good. All in all, it was good. Uh, just a bunch of running around after that, and so now I'm finally back home. I haven't eaten anything. I did have a protein bar, but I haven't really had any real food, so I'm very hungry. But I needed to come and chillax and like just just not think. Just sit out here at my favorite place, back here on the back porch, and not think for a few minutes. So um I think a lot when I'm out driving around. I think a lot um about the fact that I quit my job and so forth, and now I'm working for myself, and um, I don't know why I keep going back through this same cycle, because I come back to the same conclusion. And the same conclusion is I did not have really much of a choice. And I made the best choice that was for me. But yet and still, I keep coming back to it. Did I? Did I? Did I? Did I? Did I? And it seems like whenever, that's the one thing about being doing work where you're doing a lot of traveling, because if you're anything like me, I tend to do a lot of thinking when I'm driving, especially if I'm on the highway and I got that baby on cruise. And today, I had scriptures going, but any other day I might have jazz going or some old school R&B. I'm a 70s baby, so, I'm going to play all of that, and plus the much, much older school stuff, the real music, as I call it. But I keep coming back to the same thing, and I have to make myself stop thinking about it, because then I start to feel anxious, and it's so crazy. There's so much to starting your own business that you just don't realize even exists until you hit that point where, like, oh, this is a thing too. Oh, this comes with the package too. And I tend to overthink, so, but even still. So, back to the same conclusion that I didn't really have a choice, but if I had a choice, I would not have done it. Because I do miss the stability, even though I hate getting paid every 2 weeks. But right now, I'm not getting paid every 2 weeks anymore. So, well, it depends. It really depends. But for the most part, no. So I do miss that consistent paycheck. And I feel like, I won't say I took it for granted, but good grief. So, yeah, there's a lot to consider. A lot to consider. I'm learning so much, and I can't remember what month it was I started my LLC. I want to say it was August or September. I can't remember what month it was, but it was last year. I want to say late summer. And yeah, I'm learning so much. So much. Might have been the fall. But either way, I'm just learning so much, and not necessarily like how to run a business, but I'm learning the cons and the pros. Like, it's living with the decision, because it's scary. It's a scary thing to branch off on your own, to say I'm done with corporate America, and or whatever industry, I'm done working for the man, and oops. I'm done working for the man, and I'm gonna start working for myself and put money in my own pocket, and only my pocket. It's a big jump. It's pretty scary. I had all types of anxiety, even telling them, like, hey, I guess I'm done here, So, so I'm steadily looking for new contracts, to supplement my primary work. So, it's coming along. It's coming along. I just got some information about a new company today that I could possibly partner with. So tomorrow, if I don't get booked tomorrow, then I'm going to spend my day tomorrow researching that and seeing if I can land a contract with them and, get that going. Yeah. So, there's a lot out here. And the good thing is that, when you know people that are also in the same line of work you're in and you have that type of relationship with them, they, let you know about things. And so the company that I'm going to research and see if I can contract with, that information was given to me by someone I know in the industry. So that's good because sometimes I'll run out of things to look for or I really don't know what I'm looking for. And so I just kind of, go through my day to day until I figure something else out, until I find something else. So anyway, so in that regard, I would say networking is, you definitely want to be doing that. You definitely want to be doing that. So, I'm not saying you have to have a super gigantic network, but to at least have a few people that you can reach out to, whether it's questions, ideas, partnering together on something, I have friends that are in real estate. I have friends that are in field services. I have friends that are process servers. I have friends that do home inspections. I have friends that are auditors. So, and some of those people do more than one of those things, just like I do more than one thing. So, so it's good to know. It's good to know folks. It's good to have a good rapport with people, and have them in your pocket so that you can, and of course, you nourish those relationships. That way they know also that they can reach out to you, because when I'm out, I've always got my ears open and I'm asking questions. I like to meet people because I ask questions. I like to know what people do and how they got into certain things, how they got into certain careers. It's just kind of fun, really, to learn stuff about people and learn new things. I hear about occupations I've never heard of. Like, that's a thing? Oh, cool. How did you get into that? And so, and especially if they like to talk. So if they like to talk, I like to talk. And I like to talk to people that like to talk. I've said that before, but it's so true. So, yeah, I would say that's a really big part of having your own business and being out here on your own. So, and if you're one of the few who left your 9 to 5 on a good note, then I never take going back off the table. I take going back full time off the table because I don't want to rob myself of the time I need to put into my business. I can't really build my business working full time days. I can work full time nights if I wanted to, but then I still need to sleep. And in my line of work, it's, you structure your hours, but most people aren't going to book you in the evening. I've had a few when the weather was nicer, like last summer. I had a couple, but I think the latest I had was 9 o'clock, and the money was good, so I took it. It's like I ain't doing nothing else, I might as well make some money. So yeah, that's my tidbit for the day. Like I said, I'm kind of drained now because I never really recovered from the weekend or from last week. I did a lot of running last week too, so I'm gonna feed my belly and chillax and take a load off my mind. Probably come back out here and sit, even though it's cold. But all I hear is the birds and the occasional fire truck or police car. ambulance, whatever, a train. So it's gonna ease my mind now. Y'all have a blessed night.